Alright, boys, I'm tired. Not really. But yeah, today's a special day. We are going to do something. I didn't realize we are so close to Legends Fest, so I kind of have to make this now. So, for the hype, we need to rank all the Legends Fest units right now. Incoming for the actual 2024 Legends Festival. So what I'm accounting for is not end of year celebrations of 2018 and 2019 because they weren't technically called Legends Festival, so that's already out of the way. So this is not in order. So fuck. So I'll do another video where I'm tier listing the actual celebrations, which is going to be a much longer tier list. But you know what? I hope you guys enjoy this. This is going to be a long ass video, so please consider this as some sort of podcast. It's not going to be that much editing besides me editing out the swears, but this is going to be a chill video. It might be long, it might be annoying, but please, if you have a second monitor, maybe just put that in the background. I don't want to waste your guys' time. Or if you're going to the gym, have this playing in the background. Or if you're going for a walk, whatever. So first we have 2021 Legends Fest Super Saiyan Blue Goku. There was hype. That made me consider not making videos in my car anymore. That's how much this meant to me. I'm not gonna say like how good they are now. I'm just saying how hyped they were when they came out from memory. Okay, I didn't put this much research. Am I really gonna put research looking back and seeing how it accurately was? Because at the end of the day, it's probably what I think it was anyway. Like, who's going to backtrack me and be like, oh, nah, yo, you said that was garbage. Now you're saying it's hype? But yeah, this is undeniably hype. This is going to be an S tier. Might not be number one spot, but he was amazing. He was amazing. He was hype for the time. He was the first LF Gogeta Blue that we had. I think this is the only LF Gogeta Blue we have besides the 6th anyone. But 2021, we finally got the boy, okay? We've been waiting like 3 years for him. 3 years, because Broly came out in 2018, so he's finally out. Jiren, well, I should start with him. UI Goku. He was hyped too. When he came out with that auto mechanic, people were shitting their pants. They were saying, this game's gonna be broken. And to be fair, looking back in today's meta, that was kind of still the broken mechanic, the auto mechanic, the counter mechanic, whatever you want to call it, the combo breaker mechanic, okay? It's still broken. And I think that was the first unique gauge in the game. So it's the first piece of like UI graphic that's in the game that pops out specifically for this character. So everyone was freaking out like they need to get this character, which is fair enough. So, but now he pioneered how LFs work now. LFs? Ultras? I don't know. I think every Ultra and every LF that comes out from now will always have a unique gauge. No matter what. That's just how you need to design an LF or Ultra now. You just can't have an LF or Ultra in the present day that's going to be released that's not going to have a unique gauge. You know? And that's the only like balancing factor to it. Because if he doesn't have a unique gauge, or her, okay, I'm not denying LF woman. If they don't have a unique gauge, that must compensate for something else in their kit that's going to be even more broken, right? So like, might as well just give them the unique gauge of whatever it's going to be, a defense one or a charging one. Okay, it can be basic as hell, like the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Ultra, where he just charges a lot and draws cards. That's basic, but pretty broken at the time. Now he's garbage. Now Jiren. Jiren was good. Jiren was good. He made the banner of this more valid, having 3 sparkings alongside. These aren't that good though. He got a Zenkai, so he's kind of, well, when he came out. Okay, this build was more hype when this build came out. We're not talking about the Zenkai. We're talking about the hypeness. Okay. So they were the supporters though. Okay, they made the value of this banner a lot better, considering we get 3 really good 1% sparkings with the LF. So you could, it's very much worth it. Oh, the Broly. Oh yeah, this was called the Gogeta. This was called the Broly. This was a jewel banner, but I wouldn't say he's that hype though. I think he's there. Well, if anything, just for balancing factor. He'll be there. He'll be bottom there or here at the end when I'm rearranging. But he was good too. We weren't expecting dual banners, dual LF banners. But if you were to transport back to 2021 and you were to ask every player how much CC are you spending the most, which banner are you spending the CCs on the most, it's gonna be him. Okay, if you pull one copy of him already, then you'll probably dabble your CCs on him. But he was the one. Like, he was the one. Also, Frieza was the 1% sparking to like fill up these banners to make it not only them. But he's not that good, let's be real. He's I mean, he's actually really, really good as a 1% sparking in general during that time, because he's a Legends Fest 1% sparking. But who's really hype pulling him? You know, when I don't know if they had it back in the summon animations, but when there was no skip animation and you get the sparking animation, of course they're gonna scream their ass off if it's gonna be one of them. No one's gonna be like, you know, no skip animation, and then he pulls up and they get hype. They'll just say, "Oh, I'll take it," or "Oh man, okay." So that's the level we're at. Let's be real. And we got, oh, he was good too. He was good. I don't know if he was UI level. 2021, the tag switch introduction, that was amazing. But I don't know. Oh yeah, and also the icon, I can't have two PNGs in one. I just downloaded the one with Vegeta because represent, okay. Well, we got to represent him good. He was alright. But with that also being said, he's got a Zenkai. Wait, does he have a Zenkai? I can't tell. There's so many people doing revisit showcases saying he needs a Zenkai and all that. Now I don't even know if he's got a Zenkai or not. But when he came out, I remember how hype he was, because the developers weren't expecting him to be that hype, that it overshadowed the Sword of Hope Trunks. Because we were waiting for years for Sword of Hope LF Trunks. And when he finally came, the developers like, here you go. We've delivered a solid unit. This is going to do numbers. And then they were like, oh yeah, let's do this tag switch feature alongside to, you know, validate the hype along the dual banners. And then this just took over. And they're like, oh man. So I gotta put Trunks in B tier. Unfortunately, if there was any other LF that came out, okay, let's imagine. Let's go down here. Let's imagine. Yeah. Oh no. That's a bad example because they switched too. Let's pretend this Broly, this base Broly was an LF transforming. Okay, they were like, oh, okay, we're sick of seeing him. Okay, we got him last year. Now 2022 version LF transforming, we don't really care. Okay, we care about the Trunks. Trunks is hype, and Trunks has got a Zenkai and he's really good. But because of them, they just blew it out of the water. Sadly, he would have been so much higher. Okay, with that being said, not to do any confusion for the people who are just audio listeners, I was talking about Green 1% Broly if he was replaced with the tag switch Goku and Vegeta. So, 1% Broly, he's okay. I'll put him here. He's really good as a unit, but he was okay because we just know Broly is gonna be a solid choice for the developers during Anniversary or Legends Fest season. And I feel like this was good at the time because, of course, we love Broly. And I think I'm going to move him up here, actually. But looking at it now, I think we're kind of bored of seeing Dragon Ball Super Broly again. How many do we have now? We have like 4 or 5 during Legends Fest or Anniversary. I know it's a solid choice and it always works, but I think it's just a personal preference. He doesn't feel that much hype to me. Unless they do something crazy, but I doubt it. Oh, this Frieza's freaking garbage. Well, he's the first extreme in the tier list. I can't even remember. Was he defense type? I remember I did a showcase of him and I struggled hardcore, but there were still some things about him that was pretty good. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about hype. Sadly, he's shit in terms of hype. This was okay. This is not a switch. This is an assist unit. I think he came out 2021. I I think he was alongside. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he was alongside sort of Hope Trunks, or he was alongside this banner with the Father Son Gallic Gun unit. I'm not too sure, but yeah, they're good. I think they were really good at doing the freaking reduced vanish gauge thingy-majig. That was kind of like their thing, and they were very, very tanky. And they were also hyped because freaking Rose and Zamasu, you know? They knew to hold back a little bit because it's Zamasu with Goku Black assist. Okay, if it was Rose with Zamasu assist, they're like, okay, that's a little bit too hype. Let's save that for later. Sadly. But she is good. One of the best extreme units out there in terms of what it was. But we're not talking about that. This was kinda... Okay, this was part 3, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how I feel about this. Because he was hype. He was good. He was the first Summonable Ultra. He pioneered a new breakthrough in the game that was broken. He got the power unique gauge. He did everything. But there were like stages to his hype. Obviously, when he came out, he was amazing. Everyone was saying, you have to pull him. He's so hype. He's amazing. He's good. You're just going to win the game. It's the new meta. But then stage 2, the post-Gogeta nut clarity, post-Ultra Summonable clarity. People have been making rant videos. Well, not rant videos, but videos. Even prior to this, the one I remember specifically was Nanogenics saying, what is going to happen to this game when Summonable Ultras are going to be introduced? Because Toshi explicitly told in the Legends Fest, when Ultra Super Saiyan 1 Goku came out, he's a free-to-play Ultra unit. And we're going to introduce some free-to-play Ultra units, but eventually we're going to have summonable ones. And everyone was scared. And everyone was right to be scared. Because, sadly, Ultra Super Gogeta delivered for being a summonable Ultra. And that was hype. But then there was, the nut clarity where he is too good now. Now, we don't know what the landscape of the future of the game's gonna be. Like, are we just gonna skip every 1% sparking banner now? Are we gonna skip every Aleph banner now? Are we just gonna wait for the Ultra to come out and just play as him or her to dominate the whole year, basically? Which is kind of true, because I didn't play the game for like 8 months or 9 months, and I still have UI. I still have this guy. I still have this guy playing in PvP right now, and he's like 11 months old, So, yes, they kind of delivered with Ultra Summonable units, but he's not up there. Sadly. They're good. Is he up there? No, they were disappointed. This was hype, but disappointed, okay? One of the most popular videos I made that was short, like a 1 minute video, was when I said we were finally gonna get what we got for 6th anniversary this year. Tag Goku and Vegeta that transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with the Awakened / Ultimate card. Boy, were we wrong. Boy, did we lead ourselves and gaslit ourselves to impossible proportions. So it was kind of the community's fault. But with that being said, why did Legends even make that graphic of a half Awakened, half Ultimate card just before Legends Fest, just for it to be a freaking event tutorial page? I'm pretty sure that's what it was for. It was literally a graphic to combine the two into one card so it can fit into the tutorial page. That was stupid. That was their fault. They knew what they were doing. He's good. He aged very well. But in terms of hype, he's probably there. I don't know how they felt. Because Android 17 was very good. In a general sense, he's probably not as hype as Broly, but as a GT fan, I'm a bit biased, but also as the DBL community, we haven't seen him in ages. We haven't seen him at all. So seeing him being there and having that amazing win pose was kind of hype. And he had the key blast animations that was red. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was good. I would say these are even. Gogeta Blue Ultra. I gotta put him there. This was a very, very satisfying. He didn't really pioneer anything insane besides the gauge counter thing with the blast, and then the whole freaking eagle sound effect. Okay, the eagle sound effect is just synonymous with this unit, okay? And he aged very good compared to all of these units after, because he's very, out of all of these, he didn't really pioneer anything crazy. Okay, that counter unique gauge thing was crazy, but it was still just a unique gauge with some sort of unique twist to it. It wasn't something crazy. Okay, despite him, he didn't do anything crazy too, but he was super solid. I think every time they release a Gogeta Blue unit, they make sure to keep it super solid, and it works. But this was the first this was the first Gogeta Blue, so that makes sense. This was the second Gogeta Blue, but the Ultra variant, and he was very, very good and hype. But I think 2022 was kind of a bad year, so the community was kind of in a weird state where they're like, yes, I love this game. I love that he finally came out. But they know what PvP is gonna be like now due to the experience of seeing him already, and him already, you know? So they're like, oh, I need this. But then at the back of their head, they're like, I'm not gonna love it for as long as these units, which hindered the hype a little bit. So, but he was still super solid, okay? Super solid. Oh, the Zenkai unit. He's not that hype, but Zambasu's always good at defense type. I'm pretty sure it was a defense type, and that green card, that broken ass green card. I'll put him. He's not that hype. As far as I remember, he's not that hype. Oh, he was hype, but he was so trash as a unit. He was so trash. Father Son Kamehameha. It's always part 2 of these celebrations that is never going to be hype, and the developers know it's not going to be that hype, but they still want you to still be there during the. They still want you to play during the celebration. I've got to put him here. He's the only thing. Okay, I feel like I'm putting Jiren up too high now. No. This Father Son Kamehameha was freaking. I hate how he made up all of Part 2 Legends Fest for 2022. Was it 2022 or 2023? I can't remember, but Part 2 of it, and it was not good. It was not. I remember specifically a lot of people just didn't like it. A lot of people were coping a little bit in recency bias because he just came out day 1. But they were like, oh yeah, he's good, it's good. Like, we will find a way to make him good eventually in the meta. Just let him settle in, but it never did. And he's trash. And I'm pretty sure he got a buff later on, and he's still trash. Yeah, so. And I wanted the Father Son Gallic Kamehameha to be something special. I keep forgetting he's an LF. But the animations was also kind of. It was kind of like. It wasn't even a celebratory Legends Fest animation LF. It just felt like a monthly LF animation, which was sad. And then we got these These are one of the best. These were one of the best extreme units to come out, because they were pretty solid. I can't remember the kit on top of the head, but I remember doing showcases on them, and my god, they held themselves for some weird ass reason, purely for the sake. I think you guys know by now, but extreme units in these banners are all cosmetic. Okay, even though they're good, even though I'm saying they're good, even though they have these amazing kits, even though you can hold yourself in the meta playing these two, extreme units in these banners are purely for cosmetic. They do not make up the 0.25% pull rate. I gotta say that right now. There are so many other people that can back me up with that sentence. These people are purely cosmetic. Why am I saying people? These units are purely cosmetic, okay? Do not invest in any extreme unit, no matter how good they are. It's not worth it, okay? Okay, they can prove me wrong. I would love them to prove me wrong, okay? 6th Legends Fest. If you have an extreme freaking Jiren out there, extreme Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta out there, then prove me wrong. Please. Please. Okay? Because right now, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I don't like people being fooled by it. What the hell was he? It was extreme. I remember him being quite good though. I'll put him here. I don't know how good, but then again, it's not hype. These were hype extreme units, like freaking Super Saiyan Blue, right? I don't know. They're not that. He's not that hype. Look at that art. It looks like a freaking ginseng root. Okay, calm down. Majub extreme. Why did I put him there eventually? Oh my god, freaking racist. Nah. He was good. He was good. I'll put him here. Majub. We respect any Majub that comes out in the game. We only have what? One? and the second one's the copy and paste variant. Okay, with the disgusting green card animation power up. So yeah. Sadly, he's there in terms of hype. I really, as a GT fan, I'd love him to be in B tier or like plow his way through at the top of C tier, but nah. I don't see it. Ooh, what do people call them? I forgot the name. The Kyle Kin boys. No, what? Whatever, you know, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and Kaioken Goku. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. They're okay. I forgot what it was like. They were hype, but it wasn't like insane. Like it was really weird to think about because throughout the years before he came out, he was in the top 10 list. He was always going to be in the top 10 wish list of what LFs we want, and it was a tag Evolution Vegeta and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. But when he came out, we were just like, nice. But it was nothing beyond that. It was like, nice, good. I don't know why. Even I felt that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where to put him. He's obviously bigger than that. I'll put him here. I think he fits there. Okay, he was so bad. He's obviously not even an LF. Okay, LF has got to be B or more because they have their own like literal feature trailer towards them, you know. 1% Golden Freezer. That's pretty good. I'll put him here. He's always a solid unit, but the fact that we see an Angel 1% Sparking Freezer makes it solidify some of these banners a little bit. I don't know why. What's wrong with me? Was I drunk for 2022 or 2023? I can't remember. That's insane to think about. But yeah, let's move on. Yes. I remember the first Beast Gohan wasn't a celebration. I think it was just before actual Legends Festival for 2022. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or the first Beast Gohan was his own celebration. And he was super hyped. Because, you know, freaking Beast Gohan. You know, first Gohan representation in like freaking 10 years. This is the second one. The transforming one. Excuse me. It's Beast Gohan, okay? Of course he's gonna be hype. And they made it hype. They made him good. They made him very, very good. Like, holy shit good. And yeah. Nothing else more to say about it. Like, when he came out, we were like, oh, yeah, yeah, I forgot Dragon Ball Superhero was a thing. Or Dragon Ball Superhero was a thing. They can utilize those in celebratory seasons. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that. He's hype, yes, and then we pull him. That's basically the summary of the hypeness. Gotenks was, let's be real, he's just a bit of a filler. Goofy filler, 1% sparking, not that hype. I put him, he's pretty even with Zamasu. Like, he's still good enough. When you pull him, you're like, oh, hell yeah. But I think it's more of a movie thing where I feel like if they didn't make him fat, if it wasn't a failed fusion and it was actually teenage Gotenks, it would take away the spotlight of the actual film itself. Because everyone will be like, oh my god, you know, an actual normal fusion teenage Gotenks will actually play a role in the movie because he's that good, and he'll become Super Saiyan 3 or something. But it will take away the spotlight of the whole like Gohan, Pan, and Piccolo main character dynamic. If they decided to make the movie 2-3 hours long, then he gets his own point. Then he's there. If they decide to make Dragon Ball Superhero, a season like they did with Battle of Gods and Resurrection of Frieza, okay? If they decide to make 12 episodes, just making an expanded version of superhero, then they might retcon and make him normal. What am I even talking about? I'm not even talking about the tier list anymore. Okay. I don't know. This is kind of He's the first game original in the game. The Aleph. And it was very good. That art was amazing. I would say the fan art was better, but when he came out, no one expected it. Everyone was like, oh my god, he's so good. We gotta pull him. The only drawback was he's a part two of the anniversary, part 2 of Legends Fest. Every part 2 unit that comes out will just always not be as hype because it's in the middle of it. So everyone's all the people, all the super casuals have already left. All the kind of casuals know to not care about part 2 and wait for the Ultra for part 3, the guaranteed Ultra reveal for part 3. And the veterans know he's going to be good, but they're a little bit more cautious, knowing through the bad experiences of how sickened the part 2 units have always been a flop. Okay? Bit of a flop, okay? Prime example. Father-Son Gallic Guns are flop. So they know that developers know that they're going to hold back a little bit on how good a part 2 Aleph is going to be. And if it's going to be very good, it's purely on accident. So they know that. So that's why he's not that hype. Ultra... I think he's there. He didn't do anything amazing. He was super solid. Everyone wanted it to happen, and it happened. Everyone was happy. Happy ending. Happy summoning. Happiness. Very solid. But when these came out, they were so good. These are actually on their own tier. If this was Z, and then this will be SS. I don't think I can do it now. I can't be fucked. But yeah, that's the whole video. Whoa, we're nearly at the 30-minute mark of me yapping my freaking ass off. So let's do a bit of rearranging. Yep. Frieza, yep. Shinshin, Shinshin. Oh no, Omega. Oh, it's Omega. Nah, no one gives a fuck. No one cares. Maju, a bit more respectful, but also sadly, no one cares. They're hype, but no one cared regardless because they're extreme units. So that's all the extreme units done. They're the best of the extreme units. These complement the hypeness of these other units. But at the end of the day, they know that these are not hype on their own. But they made the best out of them. They made the best out of them compiling these 3 into one banner. Or 4. Okay? So I respect that. But they're still the least hype, individually speaking. Zamasu, he holds himself a little bit. Yeah. Fat Gotenks, yeah, he holds himself a little bit. But it's still Fat Gotenks in terms of hype. GT, I like that. We all like that. It's very unique, specifically for the veterans of the game. We're like, oh my god, finally a 1% sparking that's not Broly. It's just that time. Golden Frieza is good. He's very solid. I would say he's even with the Broly, the 1% Broly. It's not like I hate Broly. It's just, this is the 3rd time we have him. I'm pretty sure, for this this 2022 Legends Fest. And he was good. He was solid. But I think the people that aren't really into the game cannot tell the difference anymore. We have so many base Broly's now. We don't even know this. They don't even know this was the newest, best one out there. So that's kind of why it kind of ruined the hype. He's good. Assist. He would be up there. Well, maybe not up there, because he's the last 1% sparking. He'll be up there a bit more if it was Rose assist with Zamasu. But, yeah. He's probably the worst LF in terms of hype, because he's a part 2. Yeah, I don't know. Some weird shit happened. Sadly, he got overshadowed. Not to say he wasn't hype, but he was definitely overshadowed. You know what? I'm going to put him here. Nah, it's fine. He's top of B tier. That's still solid. He's here because he's part 2, but he's game originals. Everyone was hype, but it did fall back after the next couple of days, knowing that the banner was absolute shit. And this unit is still okay now because of the Unbreakable feature, but game originals, Unbreakable features, when in terms of the first day he came out in the trailer and hype, was very good. In terms of hypeness, he did make up for part 2. But sadly, there were drawbacks. Yep, I would say he's the least hype featured. Sadly, because of the disappointment, and it's the community's fault, but also the developer's fault. Okay? Jiren, because he's solid. It's the first Jiren too, and he's the only 1% sparking here. But I feel like 2020 was just a different era of the game. He was 1% sparkings weren't as garbage as they are now. We're in a weird slope where the first year 1% sparkings was all there was. Second year they're still solid. Third year they're still solid. Fourth year they're useless. I think that's when they introduced monthly LF, so no one gave a fuck. Fifth year they kind of had a comeback, but we know it's still garbage. And then this year they've found a way to develop 1% sparkings to be good. Like, there's still a reason to use them. Like, Ginyu Force was very, very good 1% sparkings. Turles's squad, whatever, they're very good 1% sparkings. So they found a way to maneuver and market them as good 1% sparkings. Yeah. Broly, that makes sense. He was part of a dual banner, so he's still very hype, but yeah. Beast Gohan, yeah, very solid. Very solid. Super Gogeta Ultra. UI Goku, very solid, but yeah. Vegeta, I mean, the tag pioneered some shit, so that's got to be a hype. He was super solid. I would say these are even. I'm not gonna lie, these are pretty even. These were pretty early in the game, so it's hard to tell, but the trailers made for them was none other. That's why. And I think that's all for today. Hope you guys, and Jesus Christ, I can't believe my summary section was like fucking 5 minutes. Alright, peace.